that the defendant
Ari not done.
Conflict-free Sixth Amendment counsel defending him in a criminal case.
That just reactivated Ari. Ari was kind of activated already, but she's not gonna take that lying down.
Melania Trump is not traveling with him, as she has not previously.
Yeah, he wasn't really hitting her that hard, in my opinion. But I heard that he was hitting her. I heard that he was hitting her own.
Inside the White House. Her husband, Jared, also served inside the White House. Who is close?
Like, Bigo fights, I don't never really be like, ooh, that's so scary. Like, it made me not scared of these hoes even more. Like, I don't know. Like, K9 can't fight.
It's such an interesting question. We know that people who are public facing, Steve Chung, for example, his spokesperson, Jason Miller, but then, of course,
he fight like a girl.
Those who served with him in his administration.
That's how you know Greedy can't fight, because Greedy got his ass whooped by a nigga that, like, he was punching like this. He was like, like, it was so funny. Okay, no, he fight like a girl, which he is one of the girls.
And so he still what is his name? Of those, who are the people who can really say to him, here's the truth. I want to give you the hard facts about, for example, the fact that they're potentially for indictment before they have this indictment coming down the line.
But yeah, Barbie ain't. I just feel like Barbie kind of weird. It's like, why you acting like you finally found a nigga to be hood with? Cause like this to me, it's just like, it's just not giving. Like, her personality do not fit the way she's been acting. All of a sudden she hood as fuck. Like, it's like, girl, talking about some, my family ghetto. Like, girl, like, oh my god.
This becomes really complicated and really interesting.
It's not about being team anybody. I just really don't like K9. And Ari not bothering me right now. K9 is. And that's the part that's ironic to me. K9's been using his platform to drag me. Like, I'm the one that's terrorizing him and his bitch. Like, it is so weird. It's like, K9 has an obsession with me. Like, y'all, be for real. Don't every time K9 get a girlfriend, for the most part, he start bothering me. You would think, like, do they feel intimidated by me? Did they ever give that I wanted K9? Like, I'm genuinely confused as to why every time he get a bitch or ugly one on top of it, he starts talking about me. I don't want that faggot. He's skinny. He built up like a rubber band, a Twix, anything skinny you could think of. Honestly, well, K9 has tried to talk to me a long time ago. When he first used to come on here wearing them all white outfits, looking like a little black Jesus, oh, not black Jesus, little black angel. He did just try to talk to me. But fast forward now, me and him never had sex. I never liked him like that. We never fucked around. So it doesn't make sense as to why every time this weird, ugly ass, long faced ass, slew foot ass nigga get a bitch, for him to start dragging me. It is weird. I mean, but the thing is, even if he liked me, he don't got a chance. After I see you get your booty hole drilled out, banged out, plunged out, the bottom fall out your ass, and you sit up in a caterpillar-like function with one nigga in the front, y'all all lined up eating each other's ass, I could never want you, faggot. So you don't gotta act like you don't want me, because the feeling is very much mutual with your gay ass. The fuck? That shit weird as hell. I should be the last thing on his mind after he just got done fighting his ex. The last thing. Yeah, letting niggas bust on your back like you a bad bitch. Fuck out of here, faggy. I don't like that nigga. On his face, on his butt, wherever they can bust at. Sliding up in a nigga's butt talking about how wet it is. Boy, shut your gay ass up.
For former Vice President Mike Pence, that means some of the strongest criticisms yet in the last 24 hours of his former boss.
I want the American people to know that I had
you like that song?
The election. And on that day, President Trump asked me to put him over the Constitution. But I chose the Constitution, and I always will.
It's one thing for me to hear you might be gay, but when I can actually go to the actual video and watch you doing this shit, they posting it in Discord every time you open your mouth, and I could go see you sucking a schlong. Nope. I'm not gonna play with you. And I think any bitch that fuck with him after seeing it is diabolical. Like, bitch, you are psychotic.
But you have certainly stood alone with Chris Christie.
A nigga gotta trick me.
So, Fritchville, why do you think it's such a defining moment? And does it change anything for the race, do you think? And how can you continue this way and ignore the polls and risk not being able to actually get on the stages? And
shit, ain't enough desperation in the world. There's all type of niggas out here.
Well, the polls are real. Donald Trump's strength is a realistic proposition we all have to face. But we also have to look at the country. And whenever you look at what's a common appearance in court today, going in for an arraignment is an extraordinary time for our country. And there's a choice here. Do you support the rule of law and accountability, or do you support Donald Trump and support the chaos that he brings and a disregard for the rule of law? Those are the serious issues that we face as a country, but also as a party. And so, yes, I'm going against the grain. I hope that, and I believe firmly that the Republican Party and the base will understand that Donald Trump had misled them.
I use 3 different ones. I put this one on while it's still wet before I blow dry it, and this one on too. And then before I flat iron it, I spray this and kind of like brush it in a little bit. And then I use a wax stick on my roots to help my roots not frizz up as fast. Like usually my roots kind of stay a little bit more straight, and then the rest of my hair gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Let's make corrections in it, but also let's make sure that we hold our
Boss wives seem nice, so it's hard to me. It's hard to really talk about somebody who's like that nice. I don't feel like she fit in, but she's nice as fuck. She possibly could start to fit in. You know, get her a little BBL. I seen he got her weave done. Get her a little BBL. You know, she might fit in. I think she just need a BBL. Cause you know what I really hate? I'm not finna get no picture with no bitch who got their whole body done with my shit built up like a thumb. I'm not finna do it. I'm not gonna do it. That I just told him, look, I'll come to the next shoot after you get my body done. I'm not gonna stand up next to Armani. Looking like a brick house.
Well, sure, it's a problem. And this voter has recognized the reality, but she's also saying it's worrisome. And so let's reevaluate this. And we're still 6 months away from the voting.
Oh, my
There's going to be a debate that's coming up that I want to participate in. I anticipate being there.
Queenie, do you want me to go put up the pictures?
We're going to be able to raise these issues. And
I'm not the best girl bitch out here, but I'm just saying, you want me to go get the pictures?
Who's going to be the leader of our country? Who's going to be the leader of our party? And I think common sense is going to prevail, and the rule of law is going to prevail.
I'm not a fitness coach. Maybe a fitness coach could get it together, but I'm just like,
in the court of law. And
I don't feel like he's playing in my face. Why you want me to stand next to her?
It's a serious part that both Donald Trump faces in our country.
Respectfully, though, do facts make a difference with Republican
That gym probably would help a little, but I mean, it's only so much the gym could do. There's such thing as genetics. Armani had to get a BBL too. No shade. If I was to be a drip angel, I would tell him off the rip. So when do I get my BBL? Like, I feel like it's part of being your hoe. Like, I mean, your bitch or your girlfriend. When do I get my BBL? You gotta be comfortable, but a bitch like me, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this.
I don't deny that there is a loyal following of Donald Trump, but I also know that, and I listen to them every day. I was in New Hampshire.
I gotta change my title.
Iowa tonight, and people are understanding that there should be an alternative. That these are serious charges, and as the facts come out, they're going to listen to them. And so that's why you fight the battle. You just have one choice. You either coordinate Donald Trump and say he's going to be the nominee of the party, you get in there and fight. You try to speak the truth, and that's what myself is doing as well as others. That's the nature of where we are. And if your audience wants to help me get on the debate stage, it's Asa.
Date? I thought we were just hanging out as friends. Date?
I've got to have 40,000.
You mean like a friend date?
Different donors and $1 counts, but that's what helps raise the issue and change the dynamics in the debate that we'll be having coming up in August.
So let's talk a little bit about the debate, because clearly what we've seen so far from you, from Chris Christie, from Will Hurd, from folks who have suggested he's not electable, like Nikki Haley, that has not resonated yet with Republican voters. And in fact, you probably saw that the former president put on Truth Social today that all he needs is another indictment, a fourth indictment, and then he'll secure the nomination. What is going to happen on that debate stage that could change the trajectory here, or at least start to, and I'll also give you an opportunity to say realistically what the chances are that you'll make that debate stage?
Well, we intend to make the
On a
debate
what?
stage. We've increased by 10,000 donors over the last couple of weeks. That's a big step forward, but it's all dependent upon your audience and others that can help us out to get there. But what will happen on that debate stage is a contrast between Donald Trump and the way he leads and the way he creates chaos, and those that want to be serious leaders. I think
you're right, Mama. No shade.
these are serious times
Taste what?
face, both economically with our debt, with the international challenges that the United States faces. We're strained as a country.
I think she wants to wide awake me.
Who's going to lead our country? It's going to be somebody who is under 3 different indictments that we don't know the outcome of those as voting starts occurring. Right now, people understand and believe that the Department of Justice has acted unfairly. But we have to be able to convince them that our leadership, serious leaders, will be more effective in the chaos.
You might as well turn the TV. I'm not watching it.
Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson, thank you very much.
Fine, you don't gotta have on. Make your mouth all tight. I don't care. I'll eat it then. Mama. Yum. None left for baby. We like to eat apples and bananas. I don't need too much. Well, you staring at me. So cute. I don't want to have, no. Shake what? That's it. She said I was jealous of her. Thank you, Keish. She said I was jealous of her, so I'm just, trying to figure out, like, jealous of the bald spot. Like, what part of you am I jealous of? Like, excuse me. She had it on the other day. I don't know if she changed it or not. I'm gonna watch her. Oh, but y'all, I ain't tell y'all what happened to me the other day, y'all. So, okay, look. I swear to God, I'm not crazy, y'all, but I was sitting where I'm sitting right now, but I was leaning all the way back, right? And when I'm leaning all the way back, if something just tell me, that's what I was saying. Like, what are we just air for? Like, before. But anyway, in my peripheral, I just noticed this bright ass light, and I'm like, hold on. That can't be the moon because the moon ain't that bright. Like, the shit looked like somebody had like a big ass light in the trees, bitch. So my ass started watching that motherfucker. And I started recording it and everything, like open the door, looking at that shit, like all that. So I'm like, I know I'm not sleeping. So I started messaging people. She's sleeping. So I started messaging people. And I was like, it's not hot. We have AC. Ugh, don't step on my bladder. Okay, so I noticed this really bright light in my peripheral. So I'm like, I noticed whatever. I started messaging people and I started calling people and shit. I'm like, I'm getting scared. I'm like, I'm being watched, bitch. So I just noticed that the light is like really, really bright. Like it's big and bright. So I'm recording it and then I stopped recording it and then I just sit and watch it. And it's like the light dwindles and got small and small. So that it was like barely anything. Like a one little pixel, bitch. And then it would start to brighten back up again. And brighten back up again. And brighten back up again. And then nothing. Darkness. So then I'm like, something ain't right with this motherfucking light. So basically, why did she just jump like that? You see how she just jumped? Yeah. So I went and woke my mama up and everything. And I started putting it in the group chat. Y'all, I want y'all to see the light that I seen, bitch. Like, it was not no moon, bitch. The moon don't look like this. I'm finna show y'all. So I was sitting right here. Then I opened the door to record the shit. This shit was not no regular moon. This shit was some extraterrestrial shit. And it was moving all around and shit. It was doing a lot of weird shit, bro. Like changing positions, getting light, then dark again. Then it was just doing a lot. I'm gonna show y'all. This is what it looked like outside my window, bitch. Look how bright that shit is. That shit do not look like no fucking moon, bitch. That shit was just so fucking bright, bitch. Look at that shit. Don't look like a fucking flashlight, bitch. Look at how bright that shit is, bitch. Then that's the light right there getting smaller and smaller and smaller and fading away, bitch. Bitch, yeah, I was scared. Hold on. Okay, let me try to show y'all again. But it's probably gonna work better if I turn my camera around. Okay. And that's what the light was looking like. And it was up in the trees, bitch. It wasn't up in the skylight. It was in the trees. And that's the light getting smaller and smaller and smaller, bitch. That's the light getting bigger again. And the motherfucker was moving. That's me opening the door like, what the fuck? I opened the door. I was like, Gary, stop moving. It was coming and going and getting smaller and like doing it. I was like, the part that was really creeping me out was when I was sitting and watching it. I was watching this shit get smaller and smaller and smaller to nothing. And like when I was staring at it and watching it, would disappear. That's me. I was in the same place, but it was nothing there. Then there's something, bitch. It was right there. Then it started moving over there. That's me accidentally taking a picture of the AC. That's the light as it was like getting smaller to nothing right there. You see it right there? How it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller? See how I was doing that weird shit? That's it right there, getting all the way tiny. And then kind of getting bigger again. You can see it doing some weird shit. No moon do that. What type of moon do that shit? And then it disappeared. That's when I took a picture of nothing there. Like it literally disappeared. It disappeared. It was nothing there, bitch. Nothing there. And then it popped up again. But by then I was done recording it. Did we see them admit what? Talking about when they had that press hearing where all them white people talking about the aliens is real. And that shit, when I tell you it was so bright, it was like the light was beaming in the room that I'm sitting in. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, like the shit was pointing right at the fucking room. I was like, Well, to be fair, I guess we all technically are aliens. Oh yeah, they've been here. But you know what the real tea is? The moon, the real moon, ain't really a moon. The real moon is like hollow, bitch. It's hollow. But whatever the fuck it was creeping me out. It's like a part of me was scared to go outside, but then eventually I'm like, let me go outside and watch that shit. So I was outside, like standing in the grass, just looking at this shit, like, what the fuck? Do y'all think if I keep talking about aliens, they gonna come to me and talk to me? No? Then what was it outside my house, Julian? You think they trying to scare me, or did they want me to shut up? Like, why were they outside my house? What was that in my trees, bitch? I should have walked up on that hoe. But to be fair, like, You know that they emit signals. It was like, I feel like something was telling me to come outside, but before they had moved. What you mean the spirit was on her screen? Doing what? They're really not. They have aliens that look human. They have aliens that look like reptilians. They have aliens that look like the Greys. They have all type of aliens. You think what I saw was an orb? I've been watching all type of videos lately, like about extraterrestrials, like where we really came from and stuff like that. About religion, about how religion is a lie. I've been watching all kind of shit. It's like a rabbit hole. It just runs so deep. And it basically was saying like, we're 3D, we're 3-dimensional beings, right? There's 2D, there's 1D. And that's why we're able to see like, like ants will be considered, I think, 2D. And they're looking up at us. Like ants don't look up at us, but we look down at them. And that's how they explained it. So there's other dimensions like where they can travel in between dimensions or whatever. And basically he was saying that there's humanoid beings in each dimension. Like there's humanoid beings in all the other dimensions, not the ones below us, but like the ones above us type shit. And they can see us, but we just can't see them. And the reason why we can't see them is because our level of understanding hasn't reached, like, as a group, we all have to become enlightened and become one type shit. And that basically, the tower of whatchamacallit, what's the tower that they were trying to build to reach heaven? That was figurative, basically. There wasn't really no tower. Yeah, the Tower of Babel. There wasn't really a tower that they were going to build to get to heaven, because a man can't just build a tower to get to heaven. That was a figure of speech, because basically we were all coming together. We all were speaking one language. We all were going to be on group mind, group thought. So God, or whoever we say is God, whoever we worship, fucked it all up basically and was like, spread y'all niggas around. I'm not trying to have y'all niggas become enlightened. No. Because God wants to be the person that we worship. You know how they always say that God is in us, that we're really gods or whatever? But we're all on like the same wavelength as far as like our minds. You get what I'm trying to say? Like we all have our independent dreams at night, but when we come together, we dream together. Like, you know how they say like this existence, this realm isn't really real. So when we come together, we think and we dream the same thought. You get what I'm trying to say? So none of this is real, but we're all having the same human experience. Like we're all seeing the same dream. We're all separate, but we're all one. And when enough of the collective sees something, then we all experience it. So for instance, they keep talking about like aliens this, aliens that, aliens this. So now more of us are having weird experiences or seeing weird things. You get what I'm saying? Or like when COVID became a thing, right? It was in one country, then it spread everywhere, and then everybody's scared of COVID. Yeah, it's an illusion, basically. So, yeah. The shit really creepy when you think about it. But basically, in this illusion, they don't want us all to become one. They don't want us all to become enlightened, because when we become enlightened, we're going to become interdimensional beings too. But I feel like, okay, the way that this one man explained it was, okay, so we're all technically aliens, right? But once you become a certain level of enlightened, they all are humanoid beings. Meaning they all kind of look like us, but different variations and weird. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, might have long fingers, big head, They look like humanoid figures, but they're just not humans. At some point, they were just like us, but they became enlightened enough to be able to travel between the realms. We are like the slave race or whatever. Basically, they're not going to enslave us, like make us pick cotton or shit like that. But they basically want to enslave our minds and make us think like them. Because if we think like them, then that'll further their agenda. Because it's about group thought and group thinking. So we're supposed to come to an enlightened space where we're like reciprocal and helping each other and this and that. But they want it to be more of like how we have the rich against the poor, stuff like that. They want us to be like that, basically. The man explained it way better than I'm explaining now, but it was like, damn. They don't want us to become enlightened because they want to enslave us before we get to that point. And that's why they be trying to steer like mankind. Yeah, it's called a hive mind. So we're really a hive mind. It is aggression, envy, because higher vibrational beings, they don't get jealous, they don't fight, they don't beef, they don't get BBLs. They're surpassed that. But it's not to say that we can't get to that point, but it's like an uphill battle. We are still evolving, but I feel like the reason why we're not going to get to that spot is because, like, think about the shit that we be doing. We like reality TV. We like to watch motherfuckers argue. We like to get drunk in the club. Like, all of the stuff that's like the opposite of becoming enlightened. So, it's not that I don't think it can happen. It's just not going to happen. I mean, I'm part of the problem too, but I'm not speaking on Billy Carson. I don't know who that is. I don't think I watched any of his videos. But, ooh. There are good aliens and there are bad aliens. And the bad aliens want to try to stop us before we get to a certain level of enlightenment. And nobody really knows the truth. We only know enough. I need to show y'all the man that I was watching today. But basically, I was watching 2 different sets of videos. But there's other beings stopping us. There's other beings stopping us. Not all aliens are demonic. Because technically the angels will be considered demons too, but not demons, but aliens too. Because they're not from this world. If you see an angel, you'll probably be scared too because they don't look like us. They're weird looking. So there's beings that want us to transcend. There's beings that want us to get bigger and better. But then there's also beings that want to stop us, that want to use us. Yeah, it's chess basically. If they're not, I feel like some aliens would be considered demons. Not like in a traditional sense, but some of them are evil. But some of them are good too. They have different species of aliens. Ugh. Let's follow you. But they have different species and all of that. Aliens, the third eye, and the evil eye sign are all demonic. A little bit of everything. Sometimes I'm messy. Sometimes I just be chilling flat ironing my hair. Sometimes I be talking about shit I seen on YouTube. A little bit of everything. But time is relative. But I kind of want to see what's going to happen. I don't know. I just feel like if I keep getting reincarnated and they keep putting me on Earth, something ain't right. Can I get reincarnated as an extra being or whatever? Because I want to look down on us and see what we doing. I don't want to be a part of us no more. This is not fun. I went to a comedy show and this nigga said, could you imagine if you get reincarnated and every time they reincarnate you, they reincarnate you as a nigga? And I was like, damn. No shade, no tea. That's some bullshit. Because you know that time runs concurrent, bitch. So the past and present and future is all running at once, bitch. I don't want to be a slave, bitch. I don't want to. Can my spirit get to be like an Indian princess or some shit? Like, can my spirit get to be like something fun? It sounded like I'm tired of seeing slave movies. I'm tired of being one. I think I'm gonna finish the rest of my hair later. Plug this flat iron. Yeah, let me see if I can find that video I was watching. Man, I don't even feel like watching this shit again. That was a long ass video. But yeah. I think I'm really just gonna get off here. Don't no shade. Who is this?
Vergessen können sprechen, frei sprechen könnt ihr. Fick mein Leben, das Scheißding
What
kaputt.
was the video called? Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, here's the video. Hold on. I'm tired. I need a nap. Or my baby will not go fuck to sleep. The video is called Ancient Civilizations, Multiple Dimensions, Aliens, and Time with 19 Keys. Oh, this what you were talking about? I watched this earlier. And the channel name is Earn Your Leisure. This is the video right here. Hold on, I'm gonna turn my camera around so you can see it. This is the name of it. So I did watch the video you was talking about. And that's just one of the videos I was watching this morning. But I've been watching a lot of videos like that lately. Girl, can I have my girl? You about to jump out my arms to get this phone. Stop it. Oh, the dry fuck. I don't feel like getting up and putting on. But I feel like, I feel like a lot of us have a good idea of like where we come from and shit like that. But yeah, she's fighting her sleep. But I think that even if like it's not, it has to be a collective of us that all feel or see the same thing for it to like really change anything. There's this other guy that I watched too. He's white though, but I only watched a couple of his videos because I can't take him too much because he's a little weird. But he makes some valid points too about like where we come from too. Like he broke down religion too. Like it's really creepy when you think about like Adam and Eve and all of that stuff. Like when it comes to like God, like oh my god, it's just so creepy. Just watching it was like, oh god. Because no shit, the one part of the Bible that always did stick out to me, like, was the part of the Bible where it talks about like God being a jealous God. Because why would God be jealous like that to me? Because in the Bible, it talks about jealousy and people being jealous. Like most of the people that was like flawed in the Bible were jealous. So basically, um, it's hard for me to really put it into words. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it, to be honest with you. But basically, the Bible is sort of like a book of allegories and like prophecy and stuff like that. And basically, he broke down the Adam and the Eve story, the Tower of Babel, like things like that. And basically, he was bringing up the fact that in order for us to become, an elevated in society or elevated interdimensionally, we would all have to become enlightened and all have to like be on the same wavelength, basically. That's what they would want you to think, Nail Junkie. But listen to what you have to. I think if I played the video, it'll make more sense. But basically, in the Bible, God says that his people will perish from the lack of knowledge, right? But truthfully speaking, in the Bible, every time people try to become enlightened, God didn't like that. Like on some real shit, if we really were to be technical. When Adam and Eve were in the garden of, Eden or whatever, but he told them not to eat the apple because, that's a forbidden fruit. But that was like the knowledge when they bit the apple. And that's also an allegory too. Was it really an apple? Like, who knows? But they bit the apple or whatever, and they got the knowledge to know that they were naked. God let them eat every other fruit but the apple. He did not want them to know that they were naked. He wanted them to stay animalistic. And to me, you would think that since you made us in your image, you would want us to also be smart like you too. Why would you want to keep us in a position of not knowing anything? The Bible doesn't want you stressing or worrying because it doesn't want you trying to get any more knowledge than what you have. So I feel like the Bible is a necessary book. Religion is necessary, but I feel like why wouldn't they want you to know more? Not if we never gain knowledge. I think we wouldn't be stressed or anything. But the thing is, if we never gain knowledge, yeah, we wouldn't be stressed, but we wouldn't know anything. You would be like a grown toddler, a baby. And in order to become enlightened, yeah, we stay stuck. And a part of the reason why we are stuck is because so much has been done to roadblock that. Like, remember how we were saying we're hive mind, meaning like our souls and our spirits are intertwined with each other's. So we have our own dreams at night, but when we're awake, we're also in a dream state. This is not real. This reality that we live in is not real. But we're all dreaming and having the same experience together. Our life is not already written. I think that's another lie that they tell us to make us not do what we're supposed to do. If we wake up every day and we tell us, well, what it's gonna be is what's gonna be, then we're not. If they tell you that, like, this is like something bad happens, and they be like, well, that was gonna happen whether you did this or not. We tell ourselves that to kind of like pacify ourselves. That's what I think. I think some stuff does happen for a reason, but I also think some stuff happens because we're not trying. Because in the Bible, it does say that faith without works is nothing. The Bible was written by men, but the people that wrote the Bible swear up and down that God is the one that told them that. God very much could have told them that. Who knows? We wasn't there. But I think that there's something fundamentally wrong with somebody telling us that we shouldn't worry or that we shouldn't try to gain knowledge. We shouldn't think about that. That's like you going to school and I'm telling you, well, you don't really need that because what's done is done. You don't got to go to college. You don't got to go to elementary school. What's going to happen is what's going to happen. You don't got to get smarter. You don't got to learn your 1, 2, 3's ABCs because you're just going to live, eat, shit, die anyways. Like, I don't feel like that's the way that this shit should go. And then he broke down the story of Adam's, because Adam and Eve had a son. Or I think they might have more than one. I don't remember. But Adam and Eve had sons. And basically, oh my God, I really feel like I should just play the video because it's just so much. Because the conversation that we're having, it's mixed in with religion, but it's not really a religious conversation. Like some things I feel like are more matter of fact than based in religion. And I feel like, there's a time and a place for everything. You know what I mean? Because we were not here when we came into being, or when we came into this. And I really just feel like, how like they always talk about the human race being a slave race. I genuinely do feel like we are a slave race. Like we were put here, we've been put down so that these other dimensional beings can just drain us of our energy and use us. And they put us here, and you know what, it kind of like the best way for me to kind of like explain it in my opinion, right? Like in the Little Mermaid, right? She made a deal with Ursula. And Ursula said, okay, yeah, I'll help you and I'll do this and I'll do that. But you got to promise me something. And Ariel promised her, she's like, yeah, you can have my voice, you can have this, you can have that. But I want to go out there. I want to be in the new world. I want to be over there with them. But what she didn't tell Ariel was, yeah, you're going to get over there. You're going to have your mission. But I'm going to wipe your motherfucking mind. So now we're here. We're on a mission. And the point of the mission has been wiped from our memories. We don't remember where we came from. We remember how we got here. We don't know nothing. We're just put here and told to fend for ourselves. That's fucked up. That is fucked up. And that's why they always tell you that you're gods. They wanted you to forget that you literally are a godlike being. You're flesh filled, but you also have God inside of you because you're a piece of Him. And the internet, oh damn, baby, take some titty milk. The universe wants you to think that like you're not special or you're so beneath God, but God made you in His image. But the irony though, they say that we're already in hell. This is hell. I don't, the more that I'm starting to like just really discover things and learn things, I don't even think there is a heaven or a hell. And I really do feel like, religion is just a form of control. Yep. I think everything that they're giving us is to break us down mentally and all of that. Because, like I said, if we all come to the same level of enlightenment or understanding, that's gonna fuck them up. Because then we'll be the next level of guys. We're gonna be the one, you know, doing the big shit. Because when you think about that movie, they cloned Tyrone. They were doing everything to keep them distracted. The music, the food, the perm on the head, everything, bitch. They did everything they could. And I feel like that shit's symbolic, but I feel like that shit also real. Yeah, like that was a perfect example. I mean, you notice that when they all became on the same wavelength and they understood what was happening and they went and shut shit down, everything changed, right? Like that's like symbolic type of shit, like for what we going through now. How they had all those clones. And I feel like the part where they had all them clones was symbolic too, because like I feel like in one sense, like I feel like our spirits have been like not necessarily our spirits, but our minds, our thoughts, that shit. I feel like that shit, each one of our like consciousness have been like cloned. Cause you know how like they say that the past, future, and present is all running at one time type shit. Like I feel like your soul never really dies because it's just constantly in a loop. You get what I'm trying to say? Like I used to think that we like die and we come back, but I feel like you never really like die because it's something that's ongoing. Like they say that when aliens and dimensions that are above us look down on us, they can see all of time at once, like the past, present, and future. They can see your whole life, but your life is still. It's hard to explain what I'm trying to say, but nothing ever really ends. And it's like we're like constantly stuck in a loop. So I feel like when you die and you come back as yourself in the past. Like it's hard to explain what I'm trying to say, but that shit really is real, bro. That shit is real. You don't get to die and come back as somebody else or die and come back. You come back as yourself over and over again, bro. In a time loop. I feel like you come back whether you get it wrong or right. No shade. This shit's some weird shit. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this shit. I feel like when we finally find out what this shit is, we gonna get. We gonna be mad, bitch. Because if I find out who put me down here, bitch, it's probably not much I can do about it. But I'm a form of rebellion, bitch. Because shit, I wouldn't ask for this. There, there you go. Here, but fine. Oh, that is unnecessary. Why are you pinching me? I'm about to start breastfeeding you, Angel. You can laugh now, cry later, because I'm about to be done with that. Look it up. They say that time runs concurrently. The past, present, and the future. It's all running at the same exact time. So right now the past is still going, and right now the future is going. Everything's running like concurrently. That shit is really crazy when you think about it. There's YouTube videos breaking that shit down, like with actual scientists talking about how the past, present, and future is all happening at once. It's not real. Angel, you doing a lot. You doing a lot. I do believe in time travel. Aliens can time travel because they're multi-dimensional beings. They can go between different dimensions, different times, all of that. It's true. Aliens are able to. If you watch the UFO press conference, The man didn't even really want to too much call them aliens. They're starting to call them interdimensional beings because they're able to go through wormholes. They can jump to different times and space. Because you know how they say that such and such is 2,000 light years away or 200 years away if you had to take a spaceship, this and that. Time is nothing to aliens because they're interdimensional beings. They can get in their spaceship right now in Georgia and by the blink of an eye be in goddamn Dubai. They can be on Earth right now and then within an hour or two be out in the middle of space. Let me see if I can find this video about the moon, bro. This shit gonna blow your mind. Aliens come from the beginning of time. Aliens have been here as long as we have been here. And aliens, basically, they're brought up in the Bible. Aliens are the Nephilim. Aliens at some point came and had children with human women at some point. Aliens have been here. And aliens, there's good ones and there's bad ones. The bad ones are what you would consider to be the demons. Just like there's good and bad human beings, the bad ones would be considered to be like the demons. And you could tell somebody, you're an angel. You're such a sweet person. You could tell a bad person, you're a demon. You're evil. There's good demons or entities or whatever you want to call them. Aliens. And there's bad ones.
By Surfshark. Despite it being humanity's constant companion through all of recorded time, the moon is still a mystery. Science hasn't been able to explain how the moon was formed, its unusual orbit, its distance from us, its density, its composition, its structure. These are all still questions. Now, there are but they don't solve all of them. There's only one theory that answers every scientific question about the moon. Just one. That the moon is a hollow artificial structure brought here by someone else. Let's find out why. Let's start at the beginning. We're taught that the moon has been here forever. But there's controversy about this because scientists can't agree on how the moon was formed in the first place. The first theory of how
basically the angels came down and had sex with the human women or whatever. God cast them from heaven or whatever. I don't really remember the specifics, but I know the angels came down and had sex with women. And their kids became the Nephilim or some shit. But those angels, you know, some people would consider them demons in today's time. You know, they say when the end, they ain't angels. You know, when they say like the end of the world come, right? They say like it's gonna be angels and demons in the sky. That's what the Bible says. But it's not gonna be the end of the world as we know it. But in the Bible, it talks about there being angels and demons in the sky. Basically, the aliens and the angels and the demons are aliens. And at some point in time, the quote unquote aliens came down and had sex with the women and made them, I guess they say, giant children. Is what I'm trying to say.
became linked to the Earth is the capture theory. It says the moon was just floating along, drifted near the Earth, and was pulled into orbit. This is almost impossible. Another explanation is the accretion theory, that the moon and Earth formed out of dust clouds in the early solar system. But when systems form through accretion, they share similar traits. If the moon was formed this way, it would have an iron core, like the Earth. It would spin on an axis, like the Earth. But neither of these are true. The fission hypothesis was popular for a while, and this says the early Earth was spinning so fast that the moon was formed out of rock in the Pacific Ocean that was flung into space. But we later learned that moon rock is much older than the bottom of the ocean, so this is unlikely. The most popular explanation is the giant impact theory. This says that a large object about the size of Mars smashed into the proto-Earth. The debris field from the collision coalesced to create the Earth-Moon system. Again, these conditions would have to be so perfect that the odds are
astronomical.
Right. Now, a recent theory is a combination of all of these, that a large object collided with the Earth about 4.5 billion years ago, essentially vaporizing it. And this vapor is called a synestia. And the synestia was spinning very rapidly, forming a torus. And the moon formed on the edge of this torus.
Whoa, hold on. Taurus? What's a torus?
Well, this shape is a torus.
That looks like a donut.
It does, but in geometry, if you revolve a circle around an axis in three-dimensional space, it's called a torus.
Yeesh, and you wonder why you're not popular at parties.
I'm very popular at parties, aren't I? So, we still don't know how the moon was created. You would think that actually going to the moon and collecting rock samples would solve some of these puzzles. But when moon rocks were brought back and studied, it only created more questions.